Welcome to the Kelly Likes Cards YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you through the Spellcast deck. I've been playing the deck a lot lately. I've got a pretty good feel for it now. Definitely a pretty good win rate. Let's have a look at it. The legendary is Merlin. You repeat the first spell you play each round. I generally will try and get Merlin on the board very late in the game. Obviously, it's one of those cards your opponent is going to target very fast. I also like to play it on the rounds where I reveal second. Obviously, if you don't have any other minions to play and you need to play a minion earlier on, you're going to play it. But if you play it early on, it's not going to survive very long. And so you're not going to get that really good value from Merlin. So it's one of those cards I generally will play late. This card, Merlin's Prophecy, which you start the game with, you only have one of them. It has the exact same power as Merlin. Repeat the next spell you play this round. Other than Obliterate, this is probably your most important card in your deck just because it's so cheap and it's so powerful. You do not want to waste it. Save this as long as possible. There's lots of times you play it with Piggy Bank so you can get a double ramp round. Sometimes you're going to play it with Rain of Arrows, maybe on a turn 6 where you reveal second, and so they put all their cards down and then you're due 4 damage across the board. When I have 6 mana, I like to lots of times play it with a Glinda, and I'm revealing first. You can actually do it reveal second too, but it'd be probably better on a reveal first round. I like to play it with Glinda. When you play a spell, give all your allies +1 attack. Make sure you remember it's only attack, it's not health. I like to play it with Merlin's Prophecy and then Reinforcements. Reinforcements, you summon 2 Merriman. So you summon a Merriman on 2 random spaces. So Glinda, you definitely don't want to play Glinda naked. When I say naked, I mean like without spells. You generally don't want to play her on a turn where you only have 4 mana. You want to combo her with spells. She's a combo type card, so make sure you play her with spells. Maybe the only times you're playing her when you have just 4 mana is in a location like Cloning Lab, maybe, where it's going to make 3 copies of her, or the Reflecting Pool where it's going to make an extra copy of her. That's maybe the only time I would play her on turn when you have 4 mana. The beginning of the game, you definitely want to start with Scarecrow. Scarecrow is one of your card draws. On reveal, draw a card. I like to start the game with a Scarecrow. I also like to start the game with Queen of the Night. That gives you a kind of a good start to a card for round 1 when you have 2 mana, and then another card for round 2 when you have 3 mana. So those are the 2 cards I generally like to have that I'll mulligan for if I don't start with them. Talking about card draw, you do have another card for card draw, but it's the most trickiest card in this deck. At the start of the round, draw a card. If you don't play it, it will get discarded. Now, what will happen is if you play King Shah on turn 3, or I mean any round when you just have 3 mana, like in an early game situation, most of your cards are cheap, right? But you do have a few cards. The main card we're talking about is Obliterate. So if you play King Shah early, say you played him on round 2 when you just have 3 mana, so it draws you that extra card. If you were to draw Merlin or Obliterate or Rain of Arrows that next turn, you're going to have to discard because you're only going to have 4 mana that turn. You get the gist of it. You don't want to play King Shah too early on when you don't have much mana, because it's like a dagger in the heart if you have to discard Obliterates early on in the game, because you only got 2 of them and they're very, very valuable. I like to play King Shah mid to late game. Again, it is a tricky card. I like to play him after I've ramped, after I've increased my mana permanently. Also, there's one other note about King Shah. Well, actually 2 other notes. There's a location called Sultan's Court. I guess King Shah is a sultan, and Sultan Court is the exact same power as King Shah. So at the start of the round, both players will draw a card, and if you don't play it, it will discard before combat. If you get that location, your King Shaw becomes almost unplayable because it's just too much card draw. You don't have enough mana to get 2 extra cards every round that you're forced to play. Because also it just ruins your game plan if you're getting these cards that you're forced to play but you maybe don't want to play, and then seeing them get discarded is just, you know, it hurts because you don't have that many cards. If I get that Sun's Court location, the only time I'll ever even play King Shaw is just to use them as a blocker to block one of the opponent's big minions, knowing that he will die and he's just being used as a sacrifice. And then the last thing to note with King Shaw is there's also a location called, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it discards the rest of your deck after round 6, right? So essentially it puts both players into fatigue. And so you have to play just the cards you have in hand, and you need to win the game before you fatigue out. If you have King Shaw on the board at that point, you will fatigue super fast and you will lose almost every time. So just something to note. So there's a couple locations which interact with King Shaw kind of negatively. So it is the hardest card to play in this deck. That's about it. I think we can explain the cards as we go. Queen of the Night, I'll just give you a little bit more. She's definitely one of your most powerful cards, maybe. I think Glinda maybe is better, but Queen of the Night is very sneaky because you play a lot of spells, and each time you play a spell, you do 2 damage to the opponent's barrier. So one Queen of the Night, if you put her on a location, and if the opponent doesn't target her for whatever reason, she can do a lot of work. Especially if you have 2 of them on a location, you can almost, you know, because you end up, you got 2 freezes, which cost 1. And there's also sometimes there's locations where it reduces all your card cost by 1. So freeze would be 0. There's games where you're just able to fling spells almost as fast as you get them. And you have a lot of spells. So you got freezes, you got reinforcements, axe throws, piggy banks, dark omen, rain of arrows, obliterate. Look, you have a lot of spells. So Queen of the Night, she can do a lot of work, and if the opponent ignores her for too long, she can take out a barrier by herself. All right, that's it for now. We will jump into gameplay and I will explain and show you how I play this deck. It's a super fun deck. I'm a little bit addicted to this deck right now, and I have a hard time playing any other deck. And I will show you why. All right, let's jump into it. Spellcast Mirror Match. That's a decent starting hand. Opponent goes first, so opponent reveals on the even mana rounds, and I reveal on the odd. Against a Spellcast hand. Spellcast does get a lot of merriment, so it would be good maybe to have, but I'm gonna go fishing for a smaller spell, even though I'm gonna get 1 smaller spell from Yuki. Okay, I'm gonna get 2 smaller spells from Yuki. So Reflecting Pool, this will obviously be battling over this location. This will be a hot spot. After combat, do 1 damage to all characters here. Okay, so Yuki's gonna die by herself. I do not have to do anything. It's a lot of freezes. Now, both of our characters are going to die right away because we are going to trade. And that's going to leave me with 1 hit point, and I will die. C'est la vie. I usually don't like playing a naked Glinda, but Really, you can't pass on this location. So I am going to target that scarecrow while I'm at it. And then turn 5, my only other minion's mice, so I guess I'll probably play a mice. And then I guess maybe I'll double axe throw. If they got 2 minions on board, maybe I'll double axe throw just to get the Glindas, if I have 2 of them on board, which I hope I do. And I do reveal first next round, so this should work out in my favor. Definitely I'm gonna have 1 Glinda, unless they did a rain of arrows that I wasn't expecting. No, doesn't matter. I'd still have. Interesting. Okay, so my only minion is. So I could do. I could freeze. Would I want to freeze? No, I don't think I would. I think double axe throw. Yeah. I do like mice to die, though. I don't necessarily want it to live. Single axe throw? And a freeze? Just maybe I freeze this scarecrow for fun and then axe him. Just so I get the Glinda effects. I kind of want this guy to die. That's the whole point. But the spells happen first anyway, so he's not going to die. He's going to be buffed. So there's no point. Alright, we'll just do a double axe throw. My logic was wrong. He is going to die because Glinda only buffs the attack. He doesn't buff the... But anyways, it is what it is. We'll have a super strong 3 blind mice to start the game. Okay. Definitely got a pretty big head start on this guy. Don't have great cards to play, though. I'm not getting any of my ramp cards. Shaw, Merlin. Most likely these guys are going to be dead pretty soon. They have no hit points. I can't... Yeah. He has to play something here. I guess I'll just axe this mouse, right? That's all I want to do. That's all I can do. I'm just going to axe that mouse. I go second, so Glinda's probably going to be dead by the time I go anyways, so there's no point freezing and then axing. Double rain of arrows is actually going to work out really well for them. That is complete board clear. I need a minion. Well, it's better than nothing. Has he has used his... I think he used his Merlin's Prophecy with the Rain of Arrows. But I'm a little bit worried. Okay, we play Merlin this turn. then we will most definitely. Let's actually put it here and let's freeze this guy. Or should I? Yeah, I'd like to kill that guy off. I go second. Merlin will be alive next turn. Obliterate. I can obliterate this guy. So I need to do damage. Maybe I need Shaw out. Just to get more cards. But I'm going to use Obliterate, so I don't need Shaw this turn. I can do Shaw the following turn. I don't know. Okay, here comes the Obliterate. And he kills that because he's got Queen of the Night. All right. Okay. Interesting. Do I have to use the Obliterate this turn? I got 2 of them. Do I have to do it? Or should I just play minions? But I have nothing to target for my minions. If I play Glinda and Shaw, I really have nothing to target. I think it's better. I protected this. He doesn't have a Merlin on board. I don't see him. At worst. Yeah. I guess there's a scenario where maybe if he has another Obliterate in hand, if he does 4 damage this turn, but he still has to do some damage here too. If he had minions on these open lanes, and then he was able to use his Obliterate here. Yeah, we'll see. Dark Omen, which is fine. I don't really... Okay, now he's got Merlins. This actually, yeah. But the good thing is... Oh, that's kind of bad for us, right? That is... Okay, so if they got... Do they have an... If they have a second Obliterate, they win. There's nothing we can do. We lose. I got 1. What should I do? Are they going Rain of Arrows? Yeah, they are. Okay, this might be a human opponent. It's kind of not the usual naming convention for the bots, so I think this might be human. We don't need any of these to start the game. We need Scarecrow and Queen of the Night. We didn't get those. It's an interesting starting hand. Always good to have one cost spells. Oh my god, my whole hand is free to play. I could literally play 5 of my cards right now if I wanted to. If I had scarecrows, I might do it. This is insane. Is there any benefit for me doing this? I really don't think so. I think it's better. Most likely, yeah, I need cards. But these cards are also going to be 0 cost cards. Is there any benefit to me just spamming the board with Merrymen? I don't think so. They're just way more valuable. Oh, it is a person. He's gonna go piggy bank. I like that. Honestly, I like that. But it almost actually in this game doesn't matter. I guess it does because he gets to obliterate obliterate way faster than I do, but so many of my cards are 0 cost cards that want. Man, this is tough. This is real tough. I'm gonna leave this spot for Merlin. No, I'm not. He'll kill one. Oh, he didn't kill any. There's got. Man, this game is gonna be. This is gonna be an interesting game. All damage here is doubled. Merlin's not good. I do have to play him. I guess I slide him in here. My axe throw doesn't do anything. So I don't know. Maybe I freeze just once and then play these guys. I only need to play one. The extra is not going to do anything. I need a Merriman to hurt her, to get rid of her. I need a Merriman here to get rid of her. This is interesting. It's an interesting game, this one. He killed his own so he could buff it. That's pretty funny. And then he rained him arrows. Interesting. Okay, that's good. That's exactly what I needed. I need to get rid of... Okay, this is an interesting game. Oh, I made a mistake. I played the wrong way. I played the wrong order. I'm so bad. That freeze should not have happened at that turn. I'm an idiot. This one plays twice. And then there's a high chance that I axe my own. The second axe hits one of my own guys. It's a risk. All right, hit my mouse. Hit my mouse. Oh, what? Oh no, because oh, okay, this logic is starting to hurt my brain. He only repeats the first spell, right? So he repeated the Merriman. So I did it in the right order. It actually worked out really well. Interesting. I've already won one location. He has to kill these Merrymen. He can obliterate, but he doesn't have a Merlin on board. Has he used his Merlin prophecy? He did. Very first turn, he ramped up with it, right? So I can use Rain of Arrows. It will cast twice if Merlin's still alive. Is there any scenario where I should kind of just go for it? I think I should. I'm gonna do this just in case he kills Merlin, which there's a chance he might. Then this spell will, maybe it doesn't. I don't know about that interaction. I don't know if that's a force multiplier or if that's gonna, this Merlin would cast this twice. He did get the better of me that turn for sure. And I am struggling. Yeah, he's laughing, all right. Guess I'll laugh back. Or maybe I'll be angry. Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, all damage here is doubled. So a single obliterate will take that out. I only need one obliterate, so I guess I'm just waiting, hoping. I have to get my obliterate now or never. What a game. I had such a massive lead and he totally smoked me. But it's not over yet. It's getting close to being over though. Not the card I wanted. I don't want this card to die. This is pretty much over. Oh, come on. Give me obliterate. Stop giving me these stupid cards. Oh my goodness. I guess I'll play Glinda. Should I be playing? Should I be blocking these Merrymen? Maybe. They're gonna get the job done sooner than Merlin is. So maybe I start blocking them instead. Okay. What has he got? An axe throw? We're just, I guess we're both just trying to get our second obliterates. It's definitely way ahead of me in this game, but it is what it is. Yay! Will he have his though? Oh, I get both of them in the same turn. Thanks, guys. And then he probably has his, so it'll be anticlimactic and I'll lose. Oh no, he doesn't have his. I don't know if it's a good game or not. That was a little bit painful. A bit of a grind. He definitely had a nice comeback there. Phoenix 2, playing the Death deck. Perfect, perfect. Exactly what we wanted. I have to combat all characters. I usually don't like to play Shaw. I guess I have to though. This is maybe gonna come back and bite me. Alright. So, okay, that's good. Piggy bank. Okay, I can live with that. Do I have anything? I could Dark Omen his. It means I lose the piggy bank. I could double Dark Omen. I go first. Lose the piggy bank, but maybe my Christopher Robin survives, stays intact, and that's a pretty big swing. But yeah, I'm gonna try it. It's a bit of a gamble. But if I'm gonna lose a card, maybe piggy bank is one of those cards I don't mind losing. And it does look like mine is gonna survive. Okay, I think that was a pretty big swing in our favor. We also got one obliterate already out of the deck, so one card less that I have to worry about. Okay, we got a Glinda and we got a Queen of the Night. Okay, so I have 5. I go second. Feel like I want to play Glinda and reinforcements. Queen of the Night and reinforcements. Nah, it doesn't really. Glinda and reinforcements is much better. I might have to let the Queen of the Night also die. I think Glinda win this one. Maybe Glinda. doesn't need to be at location number 3. Maybe I should try and win a different location. Glinda's gonna die pretty quick anyways. Yeah, I'll try this. Okay, so he's gonna win the first location pretty quickly. Okay. Okay, I can play these guys. This is cool. We'll Dark Omen him and we'll block. That works for us. We go first. Actually, I need to put the mice down first. No, not really, because they'll die anyway, so it doesn't matter, but I'll do it in the proper order just in case. Yeah, this is working out. So as soon as we hit turn 9, we can obliterate one of these and it'll be game over. What turn are we on now? It's 6, so we go second on turn 9, but I don't know, I feel like we're okay. His death isn't that big. His death is actually quite small. He wasted his first Moby, so. Yeah, this game looks pretty much in our control at this point. I don't see. Okay. Shaw's dead, so we can just piggy bank. And next turn, we go first and we blow up a barrier, game over. Or we just win this turn. That's the power of Glinda. Glinda and having that Merriman spell, the reinforcement spell, you just build a really wide board and you have so many spells, you're pretty much buffing your characters every turn. So it can snowball pretty good with Glinda. That person was 99.9% that was a bot we just played, and they didn't play their cards very well. But it was a good example of Glinda snowballing, so maybe I'll include it in the video, I'm not sure. That would be the last of this tutorial. Thanks for watching. If you could smash the like button, leave us a comment, pause the video as you're watching it, as you're going through, and yeah, leave comments. Let me know how you would play certain situations. I am open to everyone's opinion, and I like hearing how pro players play the game and how they are thinking about the game. If you want to collab, you want to do some content together, you want to battle, please just also leave me a comment or reach me in the Discord. Love to do some collabs with other content creators. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.